Peace, y'all. Thank you for being here. I want to chat with you about healing and feeling. To me, the two are completely inseparable. I actually would consider feeling to incorporate healing in the word, and I just say that the H is silent because you cannot have healing without feeling. And this comes as a challenge to a lot of people who have been taught to suppress their feelings, who have been taught that emotions are weak, crying is weak. It really takes our courage and our full capacity of understanding our feelings to dive down into the bottom of whatever the darkness is that we've been running from. Because the only way that we are able to solve the issues that we are confronted with is to completely become one with them. Allow them to take us to the bottom and see what they actually have to give to us. What's very interesting, and I don't think is highlighted enough, is that emotions are always present to tell you something. So if you're feeling sadness or you're feeling anger, that is a messenger. There's something that is out of balance in your equilibrium that needs to be readjusted. And your emotions are there to tell you, and they're telling you physically in your body as well. So we want to be able to feel our full range of emotions. As someone who was raised being told that I need to get over it anytime I got my feelings hurt, that I had to put on a smile even when I didn't feel that way, that to feel my anger and my sadness was considered disrespectful. I understand it is very difficult to pull through scar tissue and get down to a place where you can actually feel your emotions again. So we are in a time where we have been corralled basically as humanity in a place where we're told that being one with nature, who is ultimately the source of all feeling, sound, and existence, we've been told to disconnect from that. We've been told that we should be put in boxes, basically used as cogs in a machine that is capitalism, that is this world system that is anti-life and only attributing to mass death. Something that we all have to awaken to, or enough of us at least, have to awaken to and decide to feel enough about it, feel enough about ourselves internally, to have that fire activated and fan that flame to allow us to expand into the adult beings that we're meant to be and to protect and fight the one who feeds us, who gives us oxygen. Fight for her. Because without that vigor, without that deep feeling, we don't have that power. So it's important also to remember that human emotion is so powerful. It can drive us to do so many different things in life. But you must feel it. You have to feel it. You have to open that wound, even in love. You have to open that wound to be able to allow someone else to see into it and for you to be able to have the power to heal it. You have to allow yourself into that place of discomfort and ugliness and understand that you are perfect and you have been perfect from the moment that you were born. There are just a lot of programs that you've received that are not the programs of the moral human being that we are born as, because we are at war. The good news is you're a warrior. So you have to proceed with your braveness now and delving into the hard feelings that you have. Even if that looks like sobbing, even if that looks like 3 a.m. sleepless nights in the dark by yourself, facing what you think as the boogeyman. Another thing about this complex I call the boogeyman complex is oftentimes in life, which I think it's beautiful, though it's always the same newness when you step into it again, but fear is the boogeyman, right? You have this feeling, oh, he's in the closet, he's in the closet, he's in the closet. You've never seen him before, but he's in the closet. He has to be in the closet. You heard something. He has to be in the closet. You don't want to open it. You don't want to look. You're just terrified. You can't sleep. And it's taking your freedom and your peace. But when you're able to step inside of that and instead realize it as your chance to take courage and bravery in your hand as you are afraid, and to show yourself what it means to be that living, vivacious human being, the fears fall away. You realize the boogeyman's not in the closet. And even if there is some sort of remnants of this actually was scary to face, there is some sort of threat behind the fear that you had, you can conquer it. You have that power in you. I need you to observe the powers that you see in nature. I need you to observe the grass, the flower that somehow blooms through concrete. The weeds that somehow grow on barren land that has been putrefied with gallons and gallons of chemicals to kill that life there. How does it still come through? You are nature. We are nature. And there is a force at work here that wants us to think that that is equivalent to weakness, and that is what is to blame for changes happening in the environment, but that is not true. And it's only when we stand in our power and come to the full realization of who we are and how sacred it is to be a human being that we are able to embody that feeling fully and step into that light. Because ultimately, that is why we are here. But first, you have to feel what you have inside. When we feel what we have inside, we can finally look at it. We can stop ignoring the infected limb. Finally, look at the wound. Look at the bullet wound on your arm. Ignoring it doesn't make it go away. Ignoring it allows it to fester and pustule, and the wound become bigger and more powerful. You give it more power over you when you ignore it. It's going to be uncomfortable to go into the wound and pull the bullet out and to disinfect it and to wait until it heals. Yes, that is uncomfortable, but it's not nearly as uncomfortable as walking around with an infected bullet wound that will only grow worse. One path leads to healing, and the other is only detrimental. So I need you to feel whatever it is inside you, whoever it is that hurt you when you were very small, who made you feel like you can't do all the things you really, really want to do in life. Whoever it was that made you feel like your voice needed to be silenced. Whoever it was that made you feel like you had no worth because of the way they treated you. They gave you anxiety because they made it feel like you were never safe to be who you were. And they suppressed who you were when you were, or you had negative consequences by expressing yourself. I need you to go back into these moments. Sit with yourself and let it out. You have to remember that hurt people hurt people. These are all products of what has been instilled in them, their own programming. Someone hurt them. They're passing it down. We have the power to pass down healing. We have the power to be kind to others because we know what it feels like when people are unkind to us. First, you must feel to heal. You have to go to the dark place to realize it doesn't have to have power over you, because you are stronger than you understand right now. And the only way you can see that is by moving forward and making those steps that will ultimately drive you higher to get you to the place that you desire to be. All falsities will fold and crumble eventually. Remember that the truth is the power that will set you free always. Remember that truth is the law here. The people who are abiding by lies, and it may seem like it's profitable in the short term, all of that will crumble. And I think even if you're not all the way into the truth now, you know that. And you can see that from the world events happening now. So I invite you to honor yourself enough, because you deserve love. You deserve to feel love. And I also want you to know you are already loved. Your conception in and of itself is immaculate. If you really understood the science down to each atom and each cell and the mathematical formations it actually takes to create a human being, and the probability of the sperm cell who fertilized the egg actually being you was, you would understand that you're a miracle, truly. So, I encourage you to recall that you are loved by life. Life loves you. I love you. My brothers and sisters, I love you. And we're here to heal and grow together. And that's all I want to see for us. But to heal it, you must first feel it. Don't run when your next level lies in defeating the shadow man that's chasing you. We are light. Happy healing. Peace.